Hang Tuah, widely known as the master of the sea, the mightiest of the admirals, and a legendary hero to both Indonesia and Malaysia. But just how did he get those terrific monikers? What kind of journey did he venture? I'm Jeffis Altea from SMA Sutomo Satu Medan, and this is the legend of Hang Tuah. Once upon a time, on the west coast of Malay Peninsula, there was a kingdom named State Bintan. At that time, there was a boy named Hang Tuah. Hang Tuah was a brave and diligent boy. He often helped his parents find woods in the forest. Hang Tuah had 4 friends. They were Hang Jebat, Hang Lekir, Hang Lekil, and Hang Kesturi. As teenagers, they played along the sea. They had a dream of becoming skillful seamen so that they could bring ships to distant lands. One day, when they were in the middle of the sea, suddenly, Hey, look! There are 3 ships coming! Hang Tuah exclaimed. The ships were still in the distance, so they could hardly see anything. But when the ships were getting closer and closer, Look at those flags! Those are pirate flags! Oh no, what are we gonna do? They're here to rob us! Hang Kesturi panicked. When the pirate ships were getting so close to them, Hang Tuah said, Let's find an island to land. I believe we can be stronger than them in there. After that, they landed on an island. Hang Tuah then quickly set a strategy to beat those pirates. Let's fight them to death! Ah! The fight between Hang Tuah and his friends with the pirates was fierce. Hang Tuah briefly attacked the head of the pirates, who happened to have a big and bulky body. Give it up, little boy. Surrender yourself and throw away your kitchen knife. Hearing those words, Hang Tuah was deeply enraged. The head of the pirate was killed instantly. Shortly after, Hang Tuah and his friends managed to knock all the pirates cold. Then they brought the prisoners to the Sultan of Bintan. Due to their courage and ability, they were given high positions in the royal army. Several years later, Hang Tuah was appointed as the head of the fleet. Since becoming the head of the fleet, Bintan became a strong and prosperous Bintan. No one would dare to attack the island of Bintan. Sometime later, the Sultan of Bintan wanted to marry the daughter of Majapahit. So he told Hang Tuah, I wanted to be prepared a ship to the Majapahit fleet. Then Hang Tuah quickly set a formidable fleet. Shortly after, Sultan and his entourage went to Majapahit. Everything was going well, including Sultan's own wedding. After the Sultan and his wife returned to Malacca, Hang Tuah was appointed as an admiral. Since becoming admiral, Hang Tuah led the entire fleet of Bintan. But the story of Hang Tuah's success did not last long, as the officers of the palace became jealous of Hang Tuah's success. So they instigated Sultan, telling Sultan that Hang Tuah could only dissipate, wallowing in luxury and wasting state's money. At first, Sultan didn't believe them, but time after time, Sultan was eventually consumed by their incitement. So he kicked Hang Tuah and Hang Jebat from the palace. But the officers did not stop there. No. They wanted to pit Hang Tuah against Hang Jebat. So they accused Hang Jebat for rebelling. Hearing those news, Hang Tuah was panicked, so he found Hang Jebat and tried to reason with him, but sadly, he failed. So they fought unstoppably. But unfortunate for Hang Jebat, he was accidentally killed. Hang Jebat! Hang Jebat! My friend! No. No. No! Hang Tuah killed Hang Jebat, his friend. But to Sultan, Hang Tuah was considered a hero for killing Hang Jebat, the rebel. I'll give you back your position as an admiral. Again, Hang Tuah led the entire fleet of Bintan. One day, Hang Tuah had a duty to India. And there, he had to build relationship between Indian affairs and Bintan. Hang Tuah's might was tested by the Indian king by conquering an extremely wild horse. But Hang Tuah passed his test with flying colors and managed to impress the Indian king and his officers. After returning from India, Hang Tuah had another assignment to China. China at that time had an emperor whom faced no one should look at directly. The emperor's name is Emperor Khan. After finishing the assignment, Hang Tuah was offered dinner by Emperor Khan. So he sat in front of Emperor Khan, and when he tried to get a vegetable to his mouth, he lifted his head. Thus, he could clearly see the face of the emperor. After the officers noticed that, they tried to capture Hang Tuah, but the emperor can't stop them because he was so amazed by Hang Tuah's ingenuity. Several state duties had been carried out properly by Hang Tuah until when he was tasked defending his homeland from the Western fleet led by General D. Almeida. This fleet was very strong. Hang Tuah and his soldiers were immediately blocked. It was at this moment that Hang Tuah was killed by the general's gunfire. Since then, the name Hang Tuah becomes synonymous as the master of the sea, the bravest of the admirals, and a legendary hero to both Indonesia and Malaysia. As a form of respect, one of Indonesia's warship was named after him, which is KRI Hang Tuah. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that we can learn from this story that we must not listen to other people's story unless they have proof. And we must keep going no matter what. Never give up. I'm Jeffis Altea. Thank you for listening.